Hello everyone, I'm back with another IW project. This time it's in math. And today we are going to discuss GCF and LCM. This is my IW Math Batch 9. Let's get started. So the question is, what is GCF and LCM? Let's first talk about GCF. It means greatest common factor. In case you don't know what a factor is, factors are numbers that we multiply. They can either be less than or equal to the given number. Now let's talk about less common multiple. That's right, LCM means least common multiple. Now in case you don't know what a multiple is, multiples are products that when a given number is multiplied by a set of counting numbers. They can either be greater than or equal to the given number. So the question is, how are we supposed to get the GCF and LCM? Well, there are three methods. The first method is the listing method. First, we're going to show the listing method for GCF. Let's say we're going to have these numbers, 12 and 18. The first thing you're going to have to do is list down all the factors of 12 and 18. For example, 12, all the factors of 12 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. 18, the factors of 18 are 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, and 18 itself. The next thing is comparing the factors of these two sets. We're going to have to find the same factors that are in the different sets, which are the common factors. They are 1, 2, 3, and 6. Now, with the common factors you have, which of the common factors are the greatest? That's right, it is 6. Now, let's do the listing method for LCM. First, we're going to have these examples, 6 and 10. The first thing you're going to have to do is to list down all the multiples, such as 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, and so on. It's just like skip counting. And then, again, list down all of the multiples that are actually the same in different sets. So we have 30 and 60. Now, since this says least common multiple, which one is the least? Exactly, 30. So that way, our LCM is 30. The second method is prime factorization. Let's get the GCF of 12 and 18 again. But this time, let's use the prime factorization. So, when you do prime factorization, you'll get this. So the prime factorization for 12 is 2 times 2 times 3. The prime factorization for 18 is 2 times 3 times 3. Now, align and find the factors that are the same in different sets. 2 and 3. Now, 2 and 3 count as 1, so you cannot be like 3 times 3 plus 3 or 2 plus 2. So they count as 1. The next thing you're going to have to do is to multiply the ones that are in the same in different sets. So 2 times 3 is equal to 6. So the GCF is actually 6. Now let's find the LCM for 6 and 10. So here's the same. So in my cursor, if you see here, 2 is actually the same. So we count that as 1. So the next step we're going to have to do to find the LCM is to multiply all of them except for the duplicate, because we cannot count that, because the duplicates actually count as 1. So 2 times 3 times 5 is equal to 30. The next The next method, or the last method, is called continuous division or decomposition method. Now for this method, let's divide the two given numbers by any factor. So we need to think of a number that when you divide it, the answer could probably be this, or I don't know. But the only rule is that you cannot use 1 because 1 is neither a prime or composite. So what do you think? What do you think is the factor in here? Let's just use 2. Now the next step is that we're gonna divide these numbers. So 40 divided by 2 is equal to 20. And 56 divided by 2 is equal to 28. Now, let's think of another factor. We continue this process until they no longer have in common. So, what do you think? Is there anything that makes sense? Exactly. Number 2 again. Now let's divide. 20 divided by 2 is equal to 10. And 28 is divided by 2 is equal to 14. Now there is a factor that when we divide it, the answer could probably be this, right? It's 2 again. So now let's divide. 10 divided by 2 is equal to 5. And 14 divided by 2 is equal to 7. Now, is there any factor that have in common, and when you divide it, you get this? The answer is no, so you end that up. But we're not over yet. The next step you have to do is to multiply all the divisors on the left. So 2 times 2 times 2 is equal to 8. Now let's do the version for least common multiple. For this, I use the same example. So let's not mind this because we already know the answer. So after doing the method, the next thing you have to do is to almost do the same thing as the other one for GCF, but except there's one rule you get to add. So you have to multiply all the divisors on the left and the remaining numbers at the bottom. So what do you think are the remaining numbers at the bottom? Exactly, 5 and 7. So 2 times 2 times 2 times 5 times 7. It is equal to 280. So that is our least common multiple. I hope you had fun listening to my presentation. Thank you so much for listening. And remember, always stay happy and rise up. Bye!